Nicknamed the Texecutioner. I actually got that when I was an Ultimate Fighter. When I got there, it was the Executioner after my favorite boxer, Bernard Hopkins. And then one of my teammates on the show, Sam Cecilia, one day started calling me the Texecutioner, and I was like, that's really catchy, and no one else really has that name. It's original, so I decided to go with it. It's worked out good. Well, with my weight, it's very hard to make the weight, of course, but I'm going to stay here for a couple more years for sure. My goal is, I already have it planned out. My goal is to win a world title at 155 and then defend it 3 to 5 times and then move up and win the 170-pound world title. That's my goal, so we'll see how they go. 4-0 now, in the UFC, and I think the target's coming. It's slowly getting there. I think a lot of people still aren't, they don't realize my skill set yet. I think they're starting to notice it more, but I think a lot of guys still probably think they could beat me. So it doesn't matter to me. I think I'm getting pretty much ready, in the next year or so that I can pretty much fight anybody in the world, and I'm very confident in that. Well, the bonus was definitely life-changing. It's not as much money as I'd like after, got to pay taxes in both countries. So that's obviously not as good, but it's still, definitely life-changing, and it does make me feel good. The hard work pays off, and it's really going to help change my career because now I'm going to be able to train full-time, and I don't have to work any part-time jobs anymore, security like I have been, and it's really going to progress my skill set, and I just know it, so I'm very excited about that. MMA in Texas and DFW, in particular, it's starting to take off. It's catching on, and I think a lot of it has to do with the already good fighters that were established here. Plus, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is one of the fastest growing places in the whole United States. It's a very good lifestyle here, and cost of living is affordable, so it's attracted a lot of people. And with that, obviously the fighters are coming too, so it makes a big difference, and it's better for everybody. With the stronger community here, we're not trying to fight each other all the time. If your goal is to be in the UFC, you're rarely going to fight a guy from here, so you want the best training partners you can. So it's definitely a good look. My future plans, short term, I would like to fight 2 more times this year if possible, for sure. My goal is ultimately to be a world champion. I have basically a schedule, set for myself that I believe I can be a world champion within the next 3 years for sure. And then, of course, one day I'll want to open my own gym and coach and give back to people and just have a great life. I never want to leave the sport, no matter if I can't compete anymore. I just want to be around it all the time. It's my life. For these last few fights, I think a lot of people they're finally starting to see the fruits of my labor. I've worked so hard these last few years, and I really believe that I'm the hardest worker in MMA. I mean, I was working a full-time job and still trying to practice twice a day. And I know some guys not training as much as me, and they don't even work. I really think, it's been a long time coming, and people are seeing the results now, and they think it was some overnight sensation, but it's been, this has been years in the making. And being able to go away for training camps and train 2 or 3 months at a time, just full-time focus. Of course, I've been working half the year still, but during training camps and stuff, I get to train like a full-time fighter, and that's really made the difference. And my skill set's coming together. I've aligned myself with the right people, the right coaches, and the right people that can progress me technically. I've always been mentally strong, but with Derwin, with Team Wood Irvin, with all the guys that I train with, my technique is coming together better than it ever has, and you're really finally starting to see that, the fruits of my labor, and that really attribute that to my recent success. It's taken me a long time to get here where I'm at, and I've had, no one does everything by themselves. I've had a lot of help. My coach, here at Phalanx MMA, Derwin Lamb, I've been with him since 2009 probably, so, we've come a long ways together, mid to end 2009, all the way till now. So that's really helped. My original boxing coach, Jared Kemp in Weatherford, that was my first coach ever in combat sports, and he's like a family to me as well. And my coach in Maryland, my head trainer, Lloyd Irvin, he's really helped change my life, give me opportunity when I go up there to train full-time and for my training camps and be able to focus for at least a couple months before fights, and it's really helped change my life as well. And all the coaches and teams I've trained with, Phalanx MMA, Master Cena from Ironside, Genesis, Team Wood Irvin, pretty much, Blossom Court Fight Academy, Weatherford Boxing Team, all of these guys and all of my teammates at all these gyms have really helped me become the man I am in combat sports and the UFC, and I really appreciate it all. I just want to thank everyone, that's helped me get here to where I'm at, all my teams. There's so many on the list that I train with, my head gym, Team Wood Irvin, Phalanx, Genesis, Ironside, everybody I train with. my friends, family, my mom, she's always been my biggest supporter. I thank all of y'all, my manager, Orrin from KO Reps, everyone, I really appreciate everything, and I'm going to keep it up, and I'm not going to let y'all down.
Dark side of the young pros, they